Oh, it's already got a load of leader tape on it. Alright, we're just going to have to chop this off. Keep rolling though. Okay, we'll take that out of the way. Alright, so we're just going to drop the reel onto the machine, lining up these tabs here with the nab adapter. And then we tighten up the nab adapter so it holds the reel nice and tight. But we take care not to over tighten these because they are only made out of plastic, and if you break them, they're quite expensive to replace. Okay, so we're going to reel off some of the tape. We're going to go underneath the first tensioner, over the first roller, across the tape heads, and we're going to drop the tape in between the capstan motor and the pinch roller, over the second roller, and then under the last tensioner there. And then we bring the tape up onto the take-up reel, holding it against the centre of the reel as we turn it around, and then tuck it underneath itself. Give that a couple of turns, and then we'll forward the tape about 20 or 30 seconds, just so that when we're rewinding, it doesn't pull the tape off the reel. And then we'll set the clock to 0. So this is 0 point, and we know when it stops here that there's enough tape on the take-up reel that it's not going to pull it off. Now there is an argument to be had that you should always use leader tape. Now leader tape is some of this stuff, and it's basically just tape that you can't record onto, and it's very cheap, unlike magnetic tape that you're recording to. So rather than using the first 30 seconds of your very expensive recording tape, you could put in splice in some leader tape at this point. I tend not to, purely because I'll use leader tape when I know when the beginning of the song is, and then I'll put leader tape in front of the beginning of the song and in between the songs on the tape reel. But some people like to put it on just as a matter of course, and you could consider it good practice, so I'll demonstrate that as well. So we'll get our splicing block, and although this has already been spliced, we'll make sure we've got a clean splice just by taking the end off there. So we'll lay that down in the splicing block. We'll remove that, and now we know we've got a nice clean cut. Okay, so leader tape. We'll probably use about 4 or 5 widths of the machine of leader tape. So that's 1 there, 2, 3, 4. We'll do 1 more as well. Call that 5, and we'll splice that. Now we'll take our leader tape and join it to our actual tape. We just want to push them together so that they're touching. We don't want them to be overlapping. And we'll just use a cotton bud to press the tape down. Okay, so now we've spliced in our leader tape, we can roll that back onto the reel. And again, we just load it the same way, underneath the tensioner, over the first roller, across the tape heads, in between the capstan motor and pinch roller, over the second roller, and underneath the last tensioner. And then into the take-up reel, holding it against the centre of the take-up reel as we wind it round, tucking it underneath itself there. And now we can wind that on 20 seconds, and we've used leader tape and not wasted any of our actual tape. Starting the clock back at 0. So that's how we load the tape reels on the Tascam MSR16. As always, if you've got any questions, drop them down in the comments, and I'll get around to answering them at some point for you.